Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
1. Introduction. Louis Vuitton is a very famous name around the world. It is a luxury brand that sells many different high-quality products. You can find bags, clothes, shoes, jewelry, and more. For more than 10 years, Louis Vuitton has been the most valuable luxury brand in the world. This means it is seen as the top brand and is worth a very large amount of money. Think about the cost of things we buy every day. An average new handbag in the United States costs some money, maybe a few $100s. But a Louis Vuitton handbag can cost much, much more. Some special, limited edition bags can cost $55,000 or even more than that. This is a huge difference from a regular bag. It makes many people wonder. People often ask a simple but important question: why is Louis Vuitton so expensive? How does this French fashion house manage to charge such high prices for its items? What makes these products cost so much money? Is the high price only because of the famous name, or are there deeper reasons behind it? This lesson is here to help you understand. We will look at the many different reasons why Louis Vuitton products have a very high value and a very high price tag. We will start by learning about the brand's interesting history and how it began. Then, we will see how they make their products and the special care that goes into them. We will also learn about how the company controls how many items it sells and where it sells them. We will explore how they use marketing and connect with people, especially younger customers today. The high price of Louis Vuitton is not just because of the materials they use to make the products. It is a combination of many different things working together. The brand's long and important history, the quality of its work, the way it manages its supply, and how it presents itself to the world are all very important parts of the price. We will explore all these ideas step by step in the following chapters of this lesson. By the end, you will have a much better understanding of why Louis Vuitton is considered so expensive and why people all over the world want to own a piece of this famous brand, even at very high prices. 2. How it started. The story of Louis Vuitton began a long time ago in the 1800s. France was growing fast and many people came to the city of Paris. A young man named Louis Vuitton was one of them. He was 16 years old when he walked a long distance to Paris. He walked about 292 miles. He wanted to work there. Louis started to work for a man who made trunks. Trunks were like big boxes people used for traveling. At that time, traveling was changing. Trains and ships were making it easier for people to go to different places. The business of making things for travel was getting bigger. Louis Vuitton learned how to make trunks well. Later, he opened his own shop in Paris. This was in 1858. He had a new idea for his trunks. Most trunks then had round tops. They were hard to put on top of each other. Louis made trunks with flat tops. This was a new idea. Because they were flat, people could stack them easily. This was very helpful for travel. His trunks were also made from a special material. It was light and strong. It was also waterproof, which was good for trips. Many people think this flat-top design was the start of the modern suitcase we use today. Louis Vuitton became famous for his good work and new ideas. After Louis Vuitton died in 1892, his son continued the business. His son was named Georges Vuitton. In 1896, Georges created a very famous design. It is called the Louis Vuitton monogram. This design has the letters L and V together. It also has shapes like flowers. Georges made this design to honor his father. He also wanted to stop other people from copying their products. But today, this design is one of the most copied designs in the world. From kings and queens a long time ago to famous people now, Louis Vuitton has always been special. Owning something from Louis Vuitton shows that you have status. It is a symbol for many people across different times. 3. Making things good. Louis Vuitton products are known for being expensive. One important reason for this is how they are made. The company makes its items in Europe and the United States. They do not use factories in places where it costs less money to make things. This means the cost to make each product is high. The brand uses people who are very skilled. These craftspeople are experienced and work by hand. They use high-quality materials which are also expensive. Even with new machines, the most important tool is often a sewing machine. This focus on skilled work and good materials adds to the cost. Louis Vuitton has a special way of managing how many products they sell. They control the supply. If a product reaches its sales goal, the company stops making it. They do not continue production just to make more money. This is different from many other companies. Many brands make too many products. Then they sell the extra items at lower prices. They have sales or send them to discount stores. Louis Vuitton does not do this. They say they are the only brand that never has sales. This strategy is important. By controlling the number of items and never having sales, Louis Vuitton keeps its products special. It makes them harder to get. This helps the brand keep its high value. It also makes the products seem more exclusive. This way of making and selling things is a big part of why Louis Vuitton items cost so much money. 4. Fake products everywhere. Louis Vuitton has a big problem. Many people make fake copies of their products. In fact, Louis Vuitton is the luxury brand with the most fake copies in the world. This is a very difficult challenge for the company. Why are there so many fake Louis Vuitton products? One reason is the brand's style. The classic Louis Vuitton style, like the famous pattern, has not changed much for a very long time. It has been almost the same for over 150 years. This gives people who make fake items a lot of time to copy the design very well. They can make copies that look very much like the real ones. Sometimes, it is very hard for a normal person to see the difference between a real Louis Vuitton product and a very good fake copy. These fake products often use cheaper materials and are not made by skilled workers. The problem of fake products is very big. Experts looked at the market and found many fake luxury goods. In the year 2018, more than half of all the fake luxury products that were found were Louis Vuitton. Imagine, more than 50% of the fakes were just one brand. This shows how popular Louis Vuitton is, but also how big the problem of copying is. The people who make and sell fakes do not care about the quality or the history of the brand. They just want to make money quickly. Selling fake goods is illegal and hurts the real companies. It also means customers do not get the quality they expect when they buy a real product. Because of this big problem, large websites where people buy and sell things online are now working to stop fake luxury products. These websites are called e-commerce platforms. They are trying hard to find and remove fake items from their sites. Stopping fake goods online is a big job. Millions of products are sold every day on these sites. Finding the fake ones is like looking for a small thing in a very big place. For example, one very big e-commerce company took action. This company stopped fake goods worth a lot of money. In the year 2018, this company stopped fake luxury products that had a value of almost $500 million. This was part of their effort to fight against people selling fake luxury items online. Governments and police also work with brands like Louis Vuitton to find and stop the people who make and sell fake goods. This fight happens all around the world. The fight against fake products is important for Louis Vuitton. It helps protect the brand's name and its value. It is a continuous effort to keep the real products special and different from the many fakes that are everywhere. The company must always work to stop people from making and selling these copies. 5. Growing in new places. Louis Vuitton began to look outside its home country, France. The company wanted to sell its products in many other places around the world. They thought about different countries and decided to open stores there. A very important place for Louis Vuitton became China. The brand was one of the first foreign luxury companies to open a store there. This was in the year 1992. At that time, China was still developing its economy. There were many bicycles, not so many cars, but China changed a lot. Its economy became very strong, like a superpower. More people became rich or had more money to spend. These people wanted to buy luxury goods. China quickly became a huge and important market for brands like Louis Vuitton. Chinese people spend a lot on luxury items. In one recent year, they spent $115 billion. This was a big part of all the luxury spending in the world. Each rich family spent about $12,000 a year on luxury things. Experts think this number will grow. By the year 2025, Chinese buyers might spend 40% of all the luxury money globally. Because there is so much demand in China, the prices are higher there. Louis Vuitton items can be 21% more expensive in China than in other countries. For example, a handbag that costs $2,000 globally might cost $420 more in China. This difference in price led to something new. Some wealthy buyers in China started using people called purchasing agents. These agents buy the luxury items for them in other countries, like France or Italy. In those places, the same handbag can be 22% cheaper. A buyer could save $860 on a $2,000 bag by buying it in France instead of China. This shows how important and unique the market in China is for Louis Vuitton. 6. New ideas for young people. The brand is very old, more than 150 years. But today, it wants to reach young people who have money to spend. Louis Vuitton uses modern ways to do this. One important way is working with famous people. These are celebrities and influencers. They are popular on TV, in movies, or online. Some examples are Sophie Turner, Grace Moretz, and Chris Wu. These famous people are in normal advertisements for the brand. They also share photos on social media like Instagram or WeChat. This helps young people see the clothes and bags in a different way. It makes the brand seem cool and modern to them. Chris Wu was also part of a new idea for the brand's products. This was the streetwear collection. Streetwear is a style of fashion. It is very popular with young people everywhere. It includes items like hoodies, sneakers, and casual clothes. Designers like Virgil Abloh were big names in streetwear. Louis Vuitton saw that young people liked this style a lot, so the company decided to use this trend. In 2018, Louis Vuitton made Virgil Abloh the creative director for menswear. He was a very famous streetwear designer. Bringing him to the company was a big step to connect with a younger audience and show the brand was changing. Louis Vuitton also started using a selling idea from streetwear culture. It is called the drop model. This means they release a limited number of new items. They sell them for a very short time only. This creates excitement and makes people want to buy fast before the items are gone. For example, there was a special shop in London for Virgil Abloh's first collection. It was only open for 1 week. Because there were not many items and the time was short, many people wanted to buy quickly. This created very high demand and made the items feel special. People bought items like hoodies for a very high price, like $2,395. These strategies help Louis Vuitton attract younger customers and keep their interest. They make the brand feel modern and exciting, not just old and traditional. Young people are buying more luxury things now and will buy even more in the future. So these new ideas are very important for Louis Vuitton to stay the most valuable luxury brand in the world. The brand must continue to change and find new ideas to stay at the top position and keep its strong value. 7. More than just a bag. When you look at a Louis Vuitton product like a bag, you might think the price is high because of how it is made. The materials used can be good, and the people who make them work carefully. But the money for the materials and the work is only a small part of the final price. For example, making one bag might cost only a few $100s for materials and the time it takes to make it. But the price you pay in the store can be many thousands of dollars. This is a very big difference. So why is the price so high? Louis Vuitton is not just selling a bag made of leather or canvas. They are selling something more. They are selling a feeling. This feeling is about luxury, success, and being special. People buy Louis Vuitton to feel this way and to show it to others. The company spends a lot of money to create and keep this feeling. Think about their shops. Louis Vuitton stores are not in cheap places. They are in the best, most expensive streets in the biggest cities around the world. Renting or owning these places costs a huge amount of money. Also, the brand spends a lot on advertising. You see their ads in fancy magazines and online. They work with famous people to show their products. These big advertising campaigns cost a lot of money too. These high costs for shops in the best places and for advertising are a big part of the price you pay. They are necessary for Louis Vuitton to keep its image as a top luxury brand. So when you buy a Louis Vuitton bag, you are paying for the materials and work, yes, but you are paying much more for the brand's name and the feeling of luxury it gives. It is like buying a piece of that prestige. 8. Is it worth it? Luxury brands like Louis Vuitton often make their prices higher. This happens regularly. Why do these brands keep increasing prices? One reason is about staying special. There are other brands that make good quality products now. Sometimes, these newer brands sell items for lower prices than the very famous luxury brands. To stay different and desirable, big luxury brands want to sell mainly to people who are very rich. Making prices higher helps them do this. It means only a small number of people can buy their products. This keeps the brand feeling exclusive and important. It helps them keep their high value in the market. They want their logo to show great wealth and success. These brands also spend a lot of money to keep their high image. They pay for beautiful stores in the best locations in cities around the world. They also spend large amounts on advertising in magazines and online. These big costs are part of selling the idea of prestige or high status. Higher prices help these companies cover these huge costs and still make money. But is buying these very expensive items really worth the money? This is a question that is different for every person. It depends a lot on your own money situation and what is important to you. If you have a lot of money and buying something expensive does not cause you financial problems, maybe it feels okay. People buy luxury items for different reasons. Some people truly love the design, the materials, and how well the item is made. For them, the quality is important. Maybe buying a luxury item feels like a special gift to themselves after working hard. For many people, owning something from a famous luxury brand is a way to show their success to others. It can make them feel proud or important. This feeling of status is a big part of the value for these buyers. They are buying the history and the image that comes with the brand name. It is important to think carefully about why you want to buy something that costs so much money. Are you buying it mostly for yourself because you truly love it and can easily afford it? Or are you buying it mainly to impress other people? Here is a simple idea to help you decide if an expensive purchase is right for you. Imagine you cannot use a credit card to pay. You have to use only cash. You have to count out many pieces of paper money for the item. Would you still feel happy and okay about giving away that much cash? Sometimes, paying with a card feels easy and quick. But seeing and counting the actual money can make you think differently about how much money you are really spending. Buying something very expensive might give you a quick, happy feeling, but this feeling might not last for a long time. If buying something means you will have money problems later, or you must work much longer just to pay for it, then maybe it is not worth it in the long run. It could stop you from having more financial freedom or cause you stress. So, before you buy a very expensive item, take time to think carefully. Look at your money situation honestly. Think about your real reasons for wanting the item. Is it truly worth it for you and your life? Making thoughtful decisions about your money is always a good plan.